Hello, what is up everybody? Wyatt here, and today we're going to be making brownies. For this recipe, you're going to need baking powder, vanilla, cocoa powder, salt, eggs. This is optional, but I'm going to be adding some chopped pecans to mine, sugar, flour, and melted butter. Without further ado, let's get right into it. For step one, we're going to start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So, now we're going to grease our pan. I'm going to be using a non-stick brownie pan, but even if your pan is non-stick, you always want to grease it just to ensure nothing is going to stick. You can also just use a square pan or any cake pan will work, but I like to use brownie pans because when you put this in, as you can see, it adds a wall on all the edges, so you are able to get a crispy edge on every single brownie, which I really do like, and it also makes all of them perfectly cut for me. Okay, so how I like to grease my pan is I like to just take a little bit of butter, put in some paper towel, and then just rub it in. Okay, so now that our pan is greased and our oven is preheated, we're going to mix together all of our ingredients. This is a 1-bowl brownie recipe. So basically all we're going to do here is I like to start by just adding my wet ingredients and then my dry ingredients, just so nothing gets all mixed together, and it's easy. I find it's easier to mix when you add everything separately. Alright, let's start mixing. Okay, so we're going to start by adding our melted butter. Pour that in. And our 4 eggs. And then we'll add our vanilla. We'll mix that in. My whisk seems to be a little bit broken. Oh my god, it fell apart. We're gonna switch to our other whisk here that hopefully doesn't break on us. And then we'll add in our baking powder and we'll mix. So now we'll add in our cocoa powder. You can already see how good that looks. And that's only like 4 of our ingredients. Okay, so scrape down our sides here. And give that another mix. So now we'll add some of our sugar, but not all of it. And we'll mix. So now we're gonna do some of our flour, most of our flour. And I think at this point, our whisk has done a lot of work, but I think we're gonna need to move on to our spatula here. Mixed in about the last of our flour. We're going to add in a pinch of salt. Alright, so once that's all thoroughly mixed together, and you have a nice consistency, we're just gonna fold in our nuts. So we'll just, you can use walnuts or pecans. Yeah, but you can also add like in chocolate chips, Cadbury mini eggs. There's tons of different things you can mix in, but I really like the flavor from the pecans. So we'll just finish mixing up that. We're ready to put it in our pan. We're going to pour it into our pan. So with my brownie pan, the little the cutter kind of comes out. So what we do is we just pour in all of this. This might take a while. I'll see you when I've got all this in there. Alright, so now that we've got all of that, we're just going to try to smooth this out to try to make this as smooth as possible, so that when we lower our thing, it will give it a nice, even coat. So now we're going to drop in our cutter to cut these into nice, even little squares. Okay, so here in this measuring cup, I've got just some more chopped pecans that I just like to sprinkle on top. Do about 3 or so on top of each little brownie, just to ensure that each brownie has a bit of pecans and to just tell you what kind of brownie they are. So we'll just sprinkle these all over. I also find they just make them look very nice. I'm so excited to try these. I love these brownies. Alrighty, so we're going to place these in our preheated oven for about 20 to 30 minutes depending on the size of them. So we'll just open up our oven, grab our brownie pan, put it in. So we'll do a timer. For 25 minutes, and I'll see you when those are done. Alright, so my timer just went off. Let's check on these brownies and let's see how they're looking. Those look delicious. Take those out. Look at that. Look at those. So with the brownie, if they do overflow, you can always just take just a little knife and just cut in between them just to make sure they form back. But look at that. I'm excited to try these. Alright, so you can see that we added a coating of icing sugar on top just because it looks nice and it adds some extra sweetness to it. So let's give this a try. That's what we like to hear, that crispy topping. So we'll open it. And we'll try this thing. That is so good. That is so chocolatey. It's just pure amazing. This is the ultimate dessert for just a quick night. If you're craving something sweet, doesn't take too long to make. It's really easy. One bowl, not very many dishes, and it is delicious. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.
So if there's not that many dishes, are you going to go do all the dishes now?
No.
Yes.